So the Mets lose Edwin Díaz to the Dodgers, 3 years, $69 million. There's some deferrals in there. Whatever. What the Dodgers do with their contracts to lower the AAV and to keep the players' tax, income tax down as well. So they get very creative, and that's typically why the players are on board when they get to go to a team that's the favorite to win a World Series. The team's working with them to get a lower income tax, save them some money on tax dollars. And they get to be on a winner. Edwin Díaz goes to the team that's the favorite to win the World Series. So Met fans are still, and when the news broke, were beside themselves. I mean, the reaction on social media, the reaction, I had to listen to some WFAN takes, and it was absolutely absurd. They were just losing their minds. How could we let Edwin Díaz go? How could David Stearns choose Devin Williams over Edwin Díaz? That's, Devin Williams sucks. Like, how could you do this? David Stearns thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. He's an idiot. He's a nerd. All this stuff, right? How could Cohen let this happen? Okay, so a couple things. One, I understand the emotional tie to a player that's been on the team for 7 seasons and has been the best closer in baseball for most of that time. But I'm just going to, because as I'm not a Mets fan, and even if I was, I'd probably still be able to do this, but I'm going to provide some logic here. Devin Williams is younger, so projecting forward, I don't know, I'm not so confident Edwin Díaz is going to be better. Also, let's just go based on some recent performance. The last 5 seasons. Let's go back the last 5 seasons. So that's 2021 through 2025. WAR, which is not a great pitching stat, but it just shows you a cumulative, and it gives you an idea of the overall production, cumulatively speaking. Edwin Díaz, based on Fangraphs WAR, 8.1. Devin Williams, 7.6. Edwin, as I pull up my stats here, Edwin 2.43 ERA to Devin Williams 2.59. Now, think about this. This is over a 5-year stretch. 2.43 ERA to 2.59, right? Think about this. Devin Williams over that 5-year stretch threw 257 innings. He gave up 74 earned runs. Over that 5-year stretch, Edwin Díaz pitched 244 innings. So that's 13 innings less. He gave up 66 earned runs. 74 to 66, right? That's 8 over 5 seasons. That's essentially 1 more run per season. Think about this. You're losing your minds over going from Edwin to Devin Williams over 1 earned run per season. Just think about it like that. I'll go more. You're going to say strikeouts. Edwin Díaz is an amazing strikeout guy, and he absolutely is. The thing is, Devin Williams also is. Check this out. Strikeouts per 9 over this 5-year stretch. Edwin Díaz, 14.31. Pretty remarkable, right? That's second best in the major leagues to Josh Hader over that 5-year stretch. Guess where, you want to know where Devin Williams is? So Edwin was 14.31 over that 5-year stretch. Devin Williams over the same 5-year stretch, strikeouts per 9, 13.94. Again, think about this. Over, let's just say, a typical high leverage reliever, say 60 innings pitched, just to make it clean. That would come out to 95 strikeouts for Edwin Díaz over 60 innings at 14.31 per 9. 93 for Devin Williams. So 1 more earned run for Devin Williams, or 1 less earned run, Edwin. 2 more strikeouts over an entire season, and you're really freaking out that much? If you just think about it like that, you're like, is this really impacting the amount of wins the Mets will have in 2026? The answer is no, it's not. It's not. And that's without understanding the underlying metrics suggest that Devin Williams was actually very unlucky last year, and he's actually much better, and he's probably going to go back to being a sub-2 ERA guy. Very well, the next few years might be the better pitcher. I actually personally project him to be the better pitcher, but just going based off the last 5 previous seasons, Edwin Díaz is not helping you win more games. So everyone that wants to say that, how do you make, we won 83 games, we need to get better, we can't get worse, this is losing us many more. No, you're not losing more games with Devin Williams as your closer than Edwin Díaz. You're not. And the numbers just show you one more run per season. 2 less strikeouts per season. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. It's negligible. Now there's this postseason argument that I heard on WFAN and Mets fans want to make. It's, you could trust Edwin in the postseason. Okay, well, a couple things here. One, first off, I fully reject the narrative that, or the idea that past postseason performance, while it counts, you get credit for it, and in bad postseason performance, you get criticized for it. The narrative that you use that past performance in the postseason to project future postseason performance, I do not believe that. I reject that ideology completely. Now, for a second though, getting past that ideology, are you sure about Edwin anyway in the postseason compared to Devin Williams? So in the 2024 postseason, Edwin Díaz pitched 8 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 earned runs. He walked 7. He's pitched like 11 innings in the postseason in his career. Like, that's obviously an extremely minuscule sample size. Devin Williams has pitched like 6. So that's, again, like, that's nothing to go off of. Are you really drawing a conclusion and having such a strong opinion based on that? Like, that seems kind of odd. To wrap the Edwin Díaz aspect of the conversation, the Dodgers angle, look, 2-time defending World Series champs. What was their biggest weakness last year? Is their bullpen, their high leverage bullpen. They go out and they get the best closer on the market. I mean, credit to the Dodgers for that ownership group for keep pushing, not stopping, saying, look, we won 2 in a row. Let's address our biggest weakness. Let's get better. Let's keep spending. Let's keep going. A lot of teams, they win a World Series. They have some great success for a few years. They're like, oh, they become complacent. The Dodgers, great job. Credit to them. And they just keep getting better. And they, of course, will be the significant favorites to win the World Series, significant favorites to win the NL West and win the National League in 2026. That's without them continuing to improve this offseason, which I'm sure they will, because of the Los Angeles Dodgers. They have Andrew Friedman, and they have an ownership group that has a strong desire to improve and keep winning.